Hello. You just have opened the data for homework number 1. So now the first empirical question, first question in the homework is to make a scatter plot. So we are going to make a scatter plot using growth and trade share. These two variables are two key variables we are going to use. And how do we do that? It's intuitive graphics, two-way graph. So two-way graph, it has two variables, x-axis and y-axis. So two-way graph, click this, and there are many options, but I'm not going to touch any other option, right, for now. So I'm going to create a plot, create, and you may choose whatever you like, but I will just use basic and scatter plot. You may try others, but what we need right now is scatter plot. So the easiest way, the simplest, the basic default scatter plot, and y variable is growth, x variable is trade. So trade is on the x vertical on the horizontal axis, and growth is on the vertical axis. So accept, just okay, okay. Then takes a few seconds, and we get scatter plot. This is the scatter plot. So as you see, trade share is here, growth is here. So exactly, then if you count the number of dots, there must be 65 observations. So you may want to save it as GPF file, which is a stata format. But for more general setup, you may want to do it like PNG file, which is a general graphic file, image file. So save this. Then that will be that is the graph image file, and you need to insert that image into your answer, right? That should be simple enough. And just look at this. This command is the command for making a scatter plot, and this command is for saving the image file. And as you see, I just clicked and saved it, but in fact its command is a long command because the name of the directory is long, and you have to specify them. Okay, so the first question is easy, and the next question is to run a regression model, to estimate a regression model between the same two variables, growth and trade share. How can we do that? Statistics. Now we go to statistics, and we are going to use linear regression model. So linear models and related, and we use linear regression model. So this is the very first model Stata has. Click this. Now you have to specify what regression you want to use. I'm not going to touch any other options right now, but we will just set growth as the dependent variable, right hand side y variable, and independent variable is trade share. That's the only independent variable we use right now, and okay. Click OK, then you get result. This result is the same result. This is the result you need for the homework. So you are going to, what I don't recommend is just don't copy and paste it, but make your own table on Microsoft Word. So copy, type the numbers, and like make title the columns and rows by yourself, and make it more formal. And because that's what you have to do in later, writing, in a formal writing in your career. So start start practice right now. So even though it's simple, so basically the table you make is no different from what you see here. But later, when you have more complicated models and when you run different models, then it matters. You need to summarize and make your table look better. Start doing exercise from here. Okay, so I'm not going to explain the content, statistical content of the result. That's coming later. So, but what I'm going to do now again here is that, so suppose that we are done. Suppose this is all we need for the homework. Actually, there are a few more things, and I'm going to cover them later. But at this point of time, what I want to teach you is that we have implemented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commands. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commands. So 5 commands is one program. As you see, you know what we did. First, I changed the working directory. Second, I opened the data. Third, I made a scatter plot and then saved the scatter plot as an image file and then run a regression estimation. But now imagine it is really simple, 5 steps. But when your data becomes more complicated, when you need to think about many different models, more complicated data, then your program will be, like say, more than 200 lines. It is not just like 5 commands. Suppose that you have 1,000 commands in your work. Then the problem here is, now suppose that after running 1,000 commands, but you realize that you are using a wrong data. So the first step was wrong. You realize that after running 1,000 commands. Then you have to do everything again from the first step, which is really, really inefficient. And another problem here is, so suppose that you have to run 2,000 commands, but today, after finishing the 1,000 commands, you need to leave. Then how can you save your work? Tomorrow you have to finish the work, but like if you turn off your computer, you have to start again from number 1. So it is important to save your commands, your history of commands. So I am going to show you how to save that. The key idea here is this file, do file. So do click this, then you are going to get another editor. So this is like you may use the notepad in Windows. Basically this is the same thing, but what we are doing here is, instead of enter one command and let it run, and then enter the next one and let it run again and again, repeating, entering, run it, entering, run it, enter, run. Instead of doing that, I am going to enter all my commands into one file and save that, and then whenever you have time, you can run it together. And like whenever you realize your mistake, you can add it in the middle of the command, or even if you could not finish the program, you can save the file of commands and then continue from there later. So let me see. So think about this. What I'm going, there is no difference. I'm going to do the same thing. What I'm going to show you here is a really, really simple process. I'm going to copy those. Basically, I'm copying those commands. There is nothing but collecting all the commands in one line, in one file. So you may copy those commands on Notepad or whatever. It does not matter. By the way, your command is following a dot. So the next line is a result of your command. So I'm not copying this part. So for example, this is your command, this is your command, and two additional lines are results of your command. So you are not copying those. So this is your command, and the following is the result from your command when you run your command. So we have 5 lines, program with 5 lines, and I'm going to save it. So save. So I'm going to save it as homework 1. Homework 1. And what you're going to do here is say I will close it, and let's see, clear. So I cleared everything. So now the data is gone. So it's like I cleared up everything, so there is nothing in the memory. So now exactly this is the situation when you open the program for the first time. And instead of repeating, like inputting the command and let it run, put input run, I will simply open the 2 file. So this is my saved commands, and instead of typing each of them, I will execute. Click this. If you execute, you get all the result, right? So everything is done just by clicking this one command file. So it's much easier, and maybe you may think, why do we do that? Because it's simple enough. Yes, true. In this simple example, just clicking 5 times is actually easier. But as I said, when the task becomes much more complicated, you cannot do it just by clicking several things, or you may need to later, maybe you may need to repeat same thing again and again and again. Then just copying pasting is much easier, right? Or when you find an error in somewhere here, then you can easily change that. So it's not just for this course, it's for your future efficiency, future productivity. So think it as an investment for your future, and just learn it. It's you know how important these days. The coding is so important. Everyone knows that. So I'd like to train you in that way. Okay, I am going to stop this, and we'll resume in the next video with a little different topics.